Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game, Rook City Edition. In the last episode, we got started with our very first battle in this new expansion. Well, new to us. We fought Plague Rats, had a pretty good battle, and this time we are going to be fighting Spite, who's been at least somewhat modeled off of Bane from the Batman universe. This is Wraith's nemesis. He goes back a long way with her. He killed her best friends and had a lot to do with her hero origin story. For this battle, we are going with Legacy, Wraith, Expatriate, who is new to this set, and Tempest. And because we're playing on the normal difficulty and we get extra dialogue for nemesis, Wraith is going to move first. We're also going to be playing on the second new environment, the Pike Industrial Complex. This is the chemical plant. It's the environment I enjoy a lot more than Rook City, quite frankly. Let's get going. I don't remember your face, but I remember the fear in your eyes. Delicious. Donovan! I should have known I hadn't seen the last of you. Let's end this. Yep, Spite's real name is Donovan. Don't recall his last name right now. Spite's mechanics will sort of reveal themselves as we go. He's got a lot of drugs that he uses to power himself up. Let's take a look at him. At the start of the game, Spite enters play Transhuman Serial Killer side up. The safe house card is put into play. The villain deck is shuffled. I'll explain the safe house as he gets his first turn. When Spite deals damage, he regains that much HP. At the end of the villain turn, the top card of the villain deck is played. Then Spite deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 energy damage. The good news is he only hits one hero as opposed to Plague Rat, who hit everybody. So while 3 damage is more than 1, it's first of all not irreducible, and second of all will only ever be hitting one target, so you can plan around it a lot better. At the start of the villain turn, if there are 5 drug cards in play, Spite flips. This is not like Citizen Dawn, where you have to weigh whether or not to flip him. You want him to flip. It is not impossible to take him out on this side. It is, however, an uphill battle and, frankly, a losing battle. Once he flips, he'll be the drug-racked monstrosity. And when he's on this side, all villain cards in play other than drugs and this card are destroyed, and whenever a villain card would enter play, instead Spite deals each hero target other than the hero target with the lowest HP 1 projectile damage. Once he flips, he starts dealing a lot of damage, but he doesn't heal anymore. So the strategy for Spite is to sort of control his deck until you're set up and ready to go, and then let him flip and take him out. He's kind of a one-trick pony. He's not a very popular villain, as far as I know. His games can be either very exciting or a whole lot of nothing. And once you've seen one exciting game against Spite, you have seen them all. There's really only one real strategy here, which is a shame. Can we talk about this music for a second? For all my problems with Rook City, the music is absolutely not one of them. This is the safe house. This card is special. It's never destroyed, even when he flips. It just sits there. He's going to have a bunch of cards in his decks called victim cards. These are characters that Spite is attempting to murder. If you meet the condition of the card, you can put it under the safe house, and when Spite flips, he takes damage depending on how many cards are in the safe house. He has cards that he can play that will take cards out of the safe house, and he also has cards he can play that will kill the victims. This is an innocent bystander. At the start of each hero turn, that player may discard 2 cards. If they do, put this card under the safe house card. When this card is destroyed, Spite regains 4 HP, and the only way it can be destroyed is if he destroys it. I don't tend to put victim cards under the safe house very often, which again, it's kind of hard to play within the spirit of his character. He's got so many cards that will pull victims out of the safe house, and then it won't have even mattered that we discarded cards or took damage or whatever we had to do. He just pulls them out and kills them anyway. So what I like to do is when I'm getting ready to flip him, I put them all into the safe house at the very last second. So let's see what we got. Collateral damage. When this card enters play, destroy a victim card. Whenever Spite deals a target 4 or more damage at once, destroy a victim card. So, destroying victim cards. I don't like this mechanic, quite frankly. The only thing it's meant to do is to deal extra damage to him when he flips, which is nice, but not totally necessary, and between him pulling things out of the safe house and playing all these cards to kill victims, it's like you can just sort of ignore the entire mechanic. These two people here are Wraith's best friends, by the way. Well, we will try to get rid of that card if we can, but it's not, like, super top priority. Alright. Let's get going. It's always nice to start with a impromptu invention. I am going to play the infrared eyepiece because Wraith's job here is going to be deck control for him. You can't control everything because he likes to play extra cards on his turn, but it can help. And I'm also going to play a stun bolt. The other big thing with Spite is because he only ever deals damage to a single target or small amounts of damage to bigger targets. Damage reduction is like basically broken. I'm not going to get him totally shut down, but you can get this guy pretty helpless pretty easily. So that was a forced entry that I just... Oh, where'd it go? Here we go. This is forced entry. Put all cards under the safe house card into play and destroy a victim card. So if we decided to discard cards and put this guy into the safe house, we would have discarded for nothing. It wouldn't matter. Might as well get some card draw. The first rounds against Spite is really just going to be all about setting up. He has some really, really nasty cards in there, and you want to be ready before they come out. Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah, Expatriate! She is Citizen Dawn's daughter. She is also nemesis with Citizen Dawn, although we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go back and replay that game just for that. Her thing is she doesn't have any powers, but she has lots and lots and lots of guns. She's a very good marksman, and she does some pretty decent damage. I mentioned last time that she is considered to be one of the weakest heroes, if not the weakest hero. It really comes down to her damage capping out a lot faster than other heroes. She does some big hits, but it's never going to be as much as Ra. She can do some environment control, but it's never going to be as much as, say, Tempest or Tachyon. It's not that she's a bad hero, and I actually really enjoy playing as her. She just doesn't really stand up to the other heroes, and it's kind of a shame, but I guess somebody's got to be the weakest. Tactical Shotgun is my favorite single target card of hers. It's an equipment, so keep in mind that anything that destroys equipments can destroy it. It's also a gun, which is only important because she has cards that interact with guns. Only one ammo card may be in play next to this card. That's true of all guns except for one. Maybe two. I kind of count them as the same thing. I'll show you ammo now. This is ammo. It's a card that you play next to a gun card that does an extra effect. So the Tactical Shotgun deals one target 4 projectile damage, which is a pretty good starting number. Get her buffed up, she can do some good stuff. But, like I said, it's never going to be as much as Ra. Ra has 5 damage base in one of his cards that he can play. Alright. I think I'm actually going to play Into the Stratosphere. It doesn't really matter which card I pick, to be honest. Not because I don't want him to play Forced Entry, but because I'm not ready for some of his other cards, and I'm trying to buy myself some time. Damage at this point practically doesn't matter. I'm not going to pass up damage when I get it. You never know. It's not impossible that I could take him out on this side. But really, it's just like, consider that, just assume he's going to heal it all back. Biometric Plasma Vat. This is a vat. This is one of the main mechanics of Pike Industrial Complex. Vats and Rats is the name of the game. At the end of the environment turn, each target regains 1 HP, reduce all damage by 1. This is actually really nice right now because, like I said, we're not trying to get him down to super low health necessarily. So this can be nice to have around. Not that we have a choice in the matter because there's no way to destroy this card. You have to wait until a different card from the environment comes out or destroy it yourself. So we're all healing. I am going to speed through this because it's just everyone gaining 1 HP. Alright, there's the Innocent Bystander again. We knew he was going to play that, and we know the next card he's going to play is Forced Entry, which is going to kill that guy. He would have died anyway if I'd let him play collateral damage again, so it really doesn't matter. Uneventful turn on Spite's end, which is exactly what we wanted. I'm gonna play the utility belt now. Alright, what else we got in there? Okay. We've got some options here. This is one of the drug cards. PL602 Compound Omicron. The first time Spite would be dealt damage each turn, reduce that damage by 2. This card is indestructible. If this card would be put into the trash, put it into play instead. This is one of the first instances of indestructible cards. That was a new mechanic to this gameplay set. You can't destroy it. It's not an ongoing. It's not a target. It's not an equipment. It just is. Also, I don't remember if this is true in the video game, but at one point, at least in the physical game, there was a rule change that says that irreducible cards can't be bounced, so I couldn't use Tempest card to put this back. I think that's true in the video game. I'm going to be treating it like it's true anyway. So this is not one of his scary cards, and while I am trying to stall him out, I do want him to flip eventually. I'm considering letting him play that, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to let him play it. Because if it goes all the way to the bottom of his trash when I actually want him to flip, it's going to be harder. Ooh, Throat Jab is really good. Any card that just kills his damage is quite good. There's a Stun Bolt. Don't forget that Stun Bolt only does 1 damage, and right now we have something on the field that's reducing damage. It's okay because we have Legacy, but it is possible for Stun Bolt to not be able to hit him, and to be able to get the damage reduction, it does have to hit. Legacy does not have all that much going on right now. Spite does have some very scary ongoing and equipment removal, so it's good to get as many things set up and out as you can. So instead of playing an ammo card that would be able to do more damage, I'm just going to play another gun. This is the Submachine Gun. Expatriate deals each non-hero target 1 projectile damage. Spite does not play any targets. This environment can, but they're not really much of a threat. Like I said, I'm just putting that out there. So, you know what? I don't want to use that power. I changed my mind. There's an example of me not being afraid to use the undo button, because if I said I was going to do something in real life, and then before I did it, I just sort of changed my mind, nobody would care. I'm actually going to use her base power, play a card. I'm going to play Flak Jacket. This is one of those damage reduction cards. If Expatriate would be dealt 3 or more damage from a single source, prevent all of it and destroy this card. I want to have more stuff out on the board, and it could be nice to get rid of some damage. Pride. We'll talk about Pride next turn. That's a card that you really want to build towards. Let's see. I don't want a Flash Flood. I think I'm actually going to draw 2. Because doing big damage would really just kind of waste the big damage card. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I don't want to start using my Chain Lightnings against him now. Irradiated. Whatever that word is, that. Convert all damage to toxic damage, increase all damage by 1. That's being counteracted by the other VAT. This is why it can be kind of complicated to play against Plague Rat in this environment, because remember he had that Sewer Fiend card that took forever for us to get rid of, and this would have made him immune to damage. Alright, so VAT's healing. Environment's not doing all that much right now, which is good. Demon's Kiss. At the end of the villain turn, Spite deals each non-villain target 1 infernal damage. This card is indestructible, same as the last one. This is why damage reduction is so good against Spite. This does a base 1 damage to everyone. It's not irreducible. You reduce that by 1, and then the only way he can get it back up is, let's say, if the environment does it, or if he plays a card that raises his damage. Which, right now, is not really an option. I think because of Stun Bolt, he's going to end up doing nothing. Well, he'll do a little extra damage to Wraith because they're nemesis. Sorry if there was just a little volume thing there. I think I fixed it now. Yep, we're doing 0 damage to everyone. And the real unfortunate part of playing the video game version of this is it has to go through all that every time. It is annoying. I'm gonna play Trust Fund. I'm really looking for my damage cards. I'll never say no to a Throat Jab. Grappling hook. There it is. There's Razor Ordnance. What are we gonna get rid of? I don't see myself needing to heal anytime soon. We already had, well... He doesn't destroy cards, he bounces them. So, I don't see myself needing another utility belt. That's a limited card. The equipment cards, or the weapons, are not limited, so it's a good idea with Wraith to just put out as many cards as you can. Alright, what do we got coming up? Boy, I wonder what we're putting out. On the Prowl, destroy a victim card. Reveal cards from the top until a victim card is revealed and put it into play. Let's see. Stun Bolt, as usual, to counteract all of that damage. We are still doing that damage, even with this card here. That's because, in part, because we're nemesis. I wonder if that was done on purpose. They don't usually tend to build around nemesis, but I don't know, it's still a pretty cool thing. I might as well play Next Evolution, I guess. He's not really dealing... He does energy damage, right? Yeah. Well, no reason not to. I think that's the first time I've actually used this card during my entire series of this. Alright, so we'll Galvanize, and then I'm going to make him immune to energy damage. This is another one of those cards that, again, because it just has a lot of animations and a lot of, like, menus, I don't tend to play it in the video game, but it can be very useful. Pride. Up to 2 ammo cards may be in play next to this card. Expatriate deals 1 target 2 projectile damage. If Prejudice is in play, you may use its power now. This gun is part of a twin set, and if you have both of them out, you can use both of them. Altogether, that damage will be 4, which is the same amount of damage that a tactical shotgun will do. So it's up to you, it's up to circumstance, how much damage reduction are we dealing with, how much are you being boosted. It's up to you to figure out whether you'd rather play 2 smaller damages or 1 bigger damage. So, I'm going to keep playing cards, actually. I'm going to play an ammo. Increase the damage of that card's power by 1 and change its type to fire. I'm going to play that next to the tactical shotgun. No, I'm going to play it next to Pride. I'm going to start loading Pride up. Alright, what do we got going on here? Grievous Hailstorm is always good. I don't even really care about collateral damage right now. He's not doing that much damage to us anyway. Alright, is the environment going to do something exciting? It sure is! Chemical Explosion. Destroy all VAT cards. Deal each target X toxic damage, where X equals the number of VAT cards destroyed by this card plus 3. This card is very dangerous. At the end of the environment turn, it just goes away on its own. That is a lot of damage. Flak Jacket just blew up. On the Prowl, we knew that was coming. Not that there's any victim cards out for him to destroy anyway. Lost Child. This is a victim card like any other. To get it under the safe house, you have to let Spite deal you some damage. Lab Raid. Destroy all environment cards. Reveal cards from the top of the villain deck until X drug cards are revealed, where X equals the number of environment cards destroyed plus 1. If the environment gets out of control, he can just get everything out all in one shot. I've seen it happen. Put the revealed drug cards into play. Okay, that's okay. Alright, we didn't get the really scary ones. And there's only 2 drug cards left. And one of them is the really scary one, and the other one is not really scary, but we're not ready for it. So, let's just hope we can set up before time runs out. Okay, let's get the micro-targeting computer in play. We haven't been drawing particularly well with Wraith, but we've also been getting a lot of extra card draw, so it's actually worked out pretty well. Let's get Razor Ordnance in. Alright. Oh, gosh. We're not going to get to see any victims do anything, really. I guess I'll play Forced Entry. Not that it really would have made much of a difference. Both of those cards would have destroyed a victim. Alright, keep stun bolting. Legacy still does not have all that much going on. I guess I'll play this. I'd rather up his damage for when it's actually time to do some damage. Once again, we're going to make ourselves immune to energy damage. I believe last turn, Spite tried to hit Legacy and failed. That means we have to try to keep Legacy at the highest HP, which right now he isn't, which is a little unfortunate. Gonna keep loading up Pride. Currently, the tactical shotgun is our better option, and I don't want to start blowing our ammo now, because it's really not that useful. I want to have that ready for when it's time to go. Again, I'm not going to pass up on damage when I have the chance. I know I could have had her play a card, but it didn't matter because I knew I could just do that next turn. She only had one card in hand. Let's see. Do I care enough to destroy collateral damage? I kind of don't, to be honest. I think I'm just going to play Shielding Winds. Collateral damage isn't going to get the chance to do anything at all because he's not going to have a victim card stay out on the board long enough for it to matter. There is one victim card that I do want to protect at all costs, but we haven't seen him yet. Alright, damage has gone up. There is forced entry. If he has more than one victim card out at a time, you get to choose which one he destroys. There's another lost child. I might start playing throat jabs just because. Alright, since his damage is up now, we are all taking 1 damage instead of 0. It's going to be the same with the Mind Fire. Actually, no. Hold on. Why is that different? 1 infernal damage. Oh, that's right, this is different. At the end of the villain turn, destroy all environment cards. That's right. Spite deals each hero target X psychic damage, where X equals the number of environment cards destroyed this way. So because he destroyed the vat, his damage wasn't being boosted anymore. Alright. What do we play with Wraith? What other stuff can we put out? Might as well play Smoke Bombs. Just as a reminder, this card redirects damage from the lowest hero to the highest. It's always nice to have. And it does you have to give it permission to go off, but it does it automatically, so it's not that annoying of a card. That is one of the ones we did not want. Increase damage dealt by Spite by 1. At the start of the villain turn, put 2 hero ongoing and or equipment cards back into their player's hand. So this bounces 2, well it's H-2, in this case 2 ongoing or equipments. We're not quite ready for that. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if that came out now, but because I got the chance to prevent it, I would like to. Wraith is good for multiple reasons here. First of all, she does big damage when it's time to actually do damage. She has good deck control. She has damage reduction. She has multiple sources of damage reduction that can stack. And hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, what did I just do with Wraith? Oh my god. That's really embarrassing. I just completely lost my train of thought. If I remember what I was about to say, I'll let you know. Alright, let's keep... Oh, right, that was what I was going to say. She has a lot of throwaway equipment that she can play that nobody cares if it gets bounced. Oops! Alright, just keep on keeping on. Legacy is currently in the position to take the energy damage from Spite. This is Hair Trigger Reflexes. Whenever a non-hero target enters play, Expatriate may deal that target 1 projectile damage. With this setup, in this environment, with Spite destroying things anyway, it's not that important, but, like I said, throwaway ongoings. Actually, do I want to play Shock Rounds right now? It's an equipment, that's the thing, but you know what, I'm not going to play it, because I want to be able to have something to load into Tactical Shotgun if I decide that's the best decision. Shock Rounds does damage to every target, which in this case doesn't matter, but I think it also boosts damage. No, it doesn't actually. Oh well, but it does do an extra damage to even the target that you aimed for at first. Alright. I think I'm actually just gonna draw 2 again. Looking for a Lightning Slash or something. Into the Stratosphere would also be very nice. Okay, I got exactly what I wanted. I got a Lightning Slash. And if somehow we get away with him not playing the really scary drug next turn, I can stall out a little bit more. Experimental Mutagen. When this card enters play, put all rat cards from the environment trash into play. We haven't seen any rats yet. Increase damage dealt by rats by 1. Reduce damage dealt to rats by 1. At the start of the environment turn, if there are 2 or more rats in the environment trash, destroy this card. Or Spite will destroy it for us. There's an innocent bystander. And a Labraid. Alright, I think we're getting the scary drug. There it is. PL626, compound 11, I guess. Whenever a hero uses a power, Spite deals them 2 toxic damage, and that hero's player discards the top 5 cards of their deck. This is less scary now than it... Oh, boy. Alright, it's time. What's the damage looking like? We're still not taking any damage, which is good. Alright. We're taking negative damage from that. Well, he's about to flip, so that means we're just going to have to be as ready as we can. Who's going to take that damage? Expatriate is going to take that damage. Wraith can discard 2 cards, so she's going to. Just getting as many victims into the safe house as we can for that little bit of damage, whatever you want to call it. Let's put that and that, because that's limited. Alright, let's see. This, I'm going to destroy that ongoing simply because I can. It's going to give me a card. I take it back. No, I'm going to play another ongoing. I'm actually going to play Combat Stance. I don't tend to use this card, but we have more powers than we know what to do with right now, and if I'm putting throwaway ongoings out anyway, maybe we'll get some use out of it. Infrared Eyepiece doesn't matter anymore because he's going to stop playing cards next turn, so the damage begins now. Remember, we're taking damage and losing cards from playing powers right now. And it is, I believe it is every time, not just the first time. Yes, it's every time. So you gotta kind of weigh whether or not it's worth it. I should have played Stunbolt first. That was a mistake. I'm not going to go back and fix it. But if I had been reducing his damage from the start, Legacy wouldn't have taken any damage there. I want Expat to take that, because I want Legacy to stay at the highest. Here we go. Oh, I think I got this card mixed up with something else before. This is a damage reduction card. I said it raised his damage. I was thinking of the card I just played. Still no inspiring presence and no motivational charge. Does not make me super happy. I'm gonna make myself immune to toxic damage right now, so I am going to be absorbing all of the damage from the scary drug. Nobody really cares about shuffling their deck. The only hero that really cares about that is Tachyon, and I would not play Tachyon against Spite, mostly because of that. Alright. RPG Launcher. Destroy 1 ongoing or environment card. It's never going to be useful against the environment. I guess I might as well play it against the... I might as well get rid of this card. There's not much of a reason to, but simply because I can, and I can deal him extra damage anyway. Alright, not time to unload Pride just yet. I'm really hoping to get Prejudice. It's not Prejudice. Alright, that's fine. No point in bouncing anything back. I am going to play this and then undo just because I want to show that you can't bounce those back. Yeah, there's no non-indestructible cards. So let's just get this party started, shall we? Oops, that was a misclick. I was aiming for this one. That damage reduction only goes off first turn. That means that if you have both Pride and Prejudice out, one of the cards will eat up his damage reduction, and the other one means that he doesn't have it anymore. But we don't currently have Prejudice. This is a target, which means we can do something about it, but let's read the card first. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals the 2 non-environment targets with the lowest HP 1 melee damage each, so rats cannot eat other rats. Oh. I also meant to let Hair Trigger reflexes go off. I think I might have said no by accident, but Wraith got it. Alright, here we go. He's going to take 10 damage, which is reduced because he has damage reduction. And now we choose what cards to put back. I don't need the submachine gun anymore. And I don't need... What don't I need? I don't know. Fortitude, I guess? What do I really not need? Oh, I don't need infrared eyepiece anymore. It is still good to be putting throwaway cards out, because he's going to be doing that every turn, and eventually you will run out of ongoings that you don't want to get destroyed. Smoke Bomb's getting some mileage here. It's always nice to have that card out. It's not like a lead from the front where you have to manually activate it every time. Just speeding through some damage. This is what Spite turns into. Take your turn and then sit through billion instances of damage. This would be a good time for a throat jab, meaning he can't do any damage. That said, we don't really need it, so what can I do that'll be more useful? Just putting out some more throwaway ongoings, I think. Alright, let's do some damage. No. That was wrong. Play that in reverse. Stun Bolt first. That not only takes out his damage reduction, but it also means that he's going to be dealing less damage in retaliation, which I think is going to take it down to 0. Yes, it did. Alright, let's actually do the things that I say I'm going to do. Alright, we're getting him there. He's already almost under half health. The safe house definitely can help, but that whole mechanic just kind of didn't do very much at all this game, and it usually doesn't do very much. Extra stun bolt. Okay, some actual damage on Legacy, which is nice. He's doing projectile damage now, although that is toxic damage. I'm going to continue to be immune to toxic, I guess. Ooh, takedown is always nice. It'll still be helpful because it means that Spite won't be dealing damage when he plays cards. It's not as useful as some other stuff could be, though. I'll just throw the submachine gun out again. Actually, no. I'm going to play Hollow Points next to... Hello? There we go. That was a glitch for a second. I wonder if it would have let me play 2 cards. And now I'm just going to use Tactical Machine Gun. I don't think I showed Hollow Points. It increases the damage by 2. Just a pure damage up. Still waiting for Prejudice, for Pride to be worth it. Although if I don't get it, I will use it at some point. Oh! Ooh, that's nice. Unload. Use as many powers as you have guns. Let's see. What are we going to do here? Let's just start dealing some damage. Ball Lightning. Don't care about ongoings anymore because he won't be playing them. He'll be playing them straight to the trash. And his ongoings aren't that threatening anyway. This is just kind of the battle from now on. What we're doing, but repeat it. Ooh, that's always nice. I think it's safe to say we've won at this point. He doesn't have a lot of tricks left up his sleeve. And even with the environment coming out and dealing large amounts of damage to us, good thing that I was immune to toxic damage there, I think we're going to be okay. We've got 3 heroes at 12 damage, or 12 HP, which is not ideal, but it's also workable. Let's put... What are we going to put back? Let's see. I'll put this away. No, infrared eyepiece. Played that for a reason. Legacy actually has damage in his hand now. Alright, lots of damage getting redirected, lots of damage not getting done, lots of clicking through things, lots of not a whole lot happening. This is Spite, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, Spite's kind of the only villain that gets this kind of like one-trick pony, unexciting, long game kind of treatment. I can't think of any other villain that is just kind of boring like this. And I hate saying that because I just hate saying it. I hate having those perceptions of the villain, but I can't help it. I don't like playing against Spite. You'll never catch me doing it unless I'm doing something like this. Oops, that's actually not what I meant to do. Hold on. Darn it. So many misclicks. Yeah, when I played this game with my friends, we never really liked playing against Spite either. We never played a whole lot of Rook City, to be fair. My favorite expansion is the next one. So eventually, I will bring that to my channel and I'll be able to talk about it. Got my favorite hero in there. Alright, let's actually do some damage as Legacy! Yay! Not a whole lot of damage. Would have liked an inspiring presence, but oh well. Hold on. I did that backwards too. Immune to toxic damage. There we go. Now we play Galvanize. See, I can get it together sometimes. Alright. Expatriate still doesn't have Prejudice, and Unload is not... It's never gonna get any more useful. Yeah, we'll play Unload. So now we can play the Tactical Shotgun. We could play an ammo into it first, but we're not going to. I'm going to play the Tactical Shotgun, and then, now that his damage reduction has been broken through, I'm going to play Pride with 2 Incendiary rounds, which changes the attack to fire and raises it by 2. Boy, for being at low HP, Wraith, Expat, and Tempest have just sat there for a while. I'm not even really worried. Let's play Genebound Shackles. Do a little bit of extra damage for next round. I think we're going to kill him next round. Yeah, in fact, I'm almost certain we're going to. In fact, I am certain we're going to. Escape Lab Rat! Nobody cares! Let's see. I think this is probably just going to get redirected anyway. Oh! Spite is actually at the lowest HP, so he got bit by a rat. It didn't do anything because of that drug card, but still, it's funny when that happens. Alright, so what don't we care about? This doesn't matter right now. Actually, I hate to say it, I'm actually thinking of bouncing Pride. This doesn't matter. And this doesn't matter. Alright. Let's just deal some not damage. Oh, we're actually dealing damage. How about that? I guess that's because he destroyed that rat. Can listen to the nice relaxing part of the music, I guess. The Rook City music is my favorite expansion for music. This song, Pike Industrial Complex, and also Rook City are my 2 favorite songs on the soundtrack. Rook City being my favorite. Oh, why not? Let's do an inventory barrage. It'll be an exciting way to finish him off. Destroy all of your equipment cards and deal that much damage. He is done for. And that's Spite. Little rats. I love rats. Maybe not giant mutant rats, but I do love rats. Alright, well, that was not the most exciting game in the world. However, I can promise you that the next game we play is going to be more exciting, because starting next episode, we're going to be looking at the level 4 difficulty villains. And, if things go as intended, it is not going to be an easy fight. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game, Rook City Edition, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode for something rather difficult. Bye-bye!